Good afternoon, everyone. Right now, an update on breaking news this afternoon. Waiting to hear from CDOT about potential structural damage to I-25 in the Denver Tech Center.
Yeah, that is after a massive fuel tank fire on the interstate near Orchard Road. Started just before noon, burned for almost 3 hours. The interstate still closed in that area. People could see it from miles away.
That's the northbound lanes that you're looking at, but you can also see southbound traffic at a standstill with the closure. Our Kelly Worthman live at the scene. She has been for hours. Kelly, what's the latest in terms of any traffic getting through that area? I presume still closed in both directions.
It's still closed in both directions, Jim, but the bit of good news at this hour is that the fire is out. I'm going to step out of the way here because you can see just how many fire crews are on scene right now. More South Metro fire trucks arriving. Just on the other side of that one there in the distance is actually where that charred tanker is. And what we know right now is that firefighters are actually using a combination of foam and sand to clean up the 500 gallons of diesel, as well as another 500 gallons of mixed oils that came from that tanker. Those materials, again, the foam and the sand, are also how fire crews are preventing any contaminants from getting into the nearby storm drains. This fire was, of course, extreme in every sense of the word, not only in size, but also in temperature because of those fuels. Take a look at this view from Copter 4 earlier today. What we know from South Metro Fire is that they got the call for a car fire around 11:50 this morning. And when they arrived to the area just north of Orchard, there were massive flames and, of course, billowing black smoke from that tanker. South Metro fire crews, as well as Greenwood Village Police, shut down I-25 in both directions as soon as they possibly could. They also closed part of the light rail station, the nearby RTD rail lines, because of a precautionary move. That was a precautionary move. They weren't sure if there was any damage to the nearby lines. Traffic on the interstate then, of course, had to be rerouted away from the fire. This as explosions could be heard and the fire all just really growing in size as firefighters attempted to make their tactical moves to get this fire under control. We did speak with a witness at a nearby office who says he could hear the commotion.
I just heard a huge boom and I didn't know what was happening, so I looked outside and I saw a bunch of smoke and I thought my building was on fire. And it was pretty crazy. And then I ran outside and I saw a bunch of people running over to the highway. And I just ran like across the median there, and I just saw this huge truck had just exploded, like billows of smoke and a lot of flames.
Now, this investigation is ongoing, but right now the investigators here preliminarily believe that the tanker hit the Jersey barrier. Now, it's not clear right now if that tanker was on fire before, during, or even just after he hit the wall there. But what we do know is that that driver was able to get out of the truck. He is being treated at a nearby hospital. We don't know the extent of his injuries. No other cars were affected by this crash. What we do know now, though, of course, is that CDOT is going to be taking a closer look at this interstate, and they're speaking here momentarily. Jim and Karen?
Kelly, I know you're out there. You're watching all of this work take place. But we're going to get over to CDOT right now. We believe they've just walked up to the podium there, so let's listen in and get the latest.
Time for some Q&A. I'm not going to speculate on things that I don't know, and we'll go through. So what we can confirm at this point is that we had a vehicle traveling northbound on I-25 just before noon, lost a tire, did experience a crash. The driver evacuated the vehicle, has been taken to hospital. That vehicle, which is illustrated here, was in the number 1 lane and on the shoulder of the northbound I-25 lanes. So as you can see, what we've diagrammed for you is there are 5 lanes in each direction on I-25 in this area. The lanes are numbered 1 through 5, beginning at the center median. So what you can see is we have 5 lanes southbound, 5 lanes northbound. That vehicle, I've been watching all afternoon, was still on fire even about 30 minutes ago. And we know that the fire department has been continuing to apply foam. So that's why you see orange on all of our northbound lanes that we've diagrammed here, because those lanes are going to remain closed for at least the next few hours. All 5 lanes will be closed, likely into the PM commute tonight. we've got a green outline around the 4 and the 5 lanes on the northbound section because we believe that once the fire department releases our forces to go in, because the vehicle fire is out completely, we're going to drag that vehicle out of the northbound lanes. And then once the cleanup begins on the northbound sections, we're hoping that at some point this evening, we'll be able to get the number 4 and number 5 lanes open to allow northbound traffic to go through. Southbound, because the fire was in the northbound lanes, we know that we're going to keep lanes 1 and 2, the lanes closest to that center median. Those are going to be closed for the next several hours just because of the investigation into this that's going to go on. We're working with the first responders there, though we know we should be able to get lanes 4 and 5 open, hopefully in the next 30 minutes. That will...
You mean 3, 4, and 5?
No, 4 and 5.
Okay.
4 and 5. We are hoping that we'll get 3, 4, and 5. Again, this is all sort of I hate to use the term negotiation, but we're going back and forth with the first responders on the scene, trying to balance safety with the factor that these lanes move a lot of vehicles for us, and we know that pretty soon this is going to happen. So we know for sure that we'll be able to get 4 and 5 open in the next 30 minutes. If we can get 3, 4, and 5 open, then we'll do that, but we might get some confirmation on that in the next few minutes. And then on our diagram, I don't want to speak for RTD, but we did show where the tracks are in relation to the highway and the fire, and I believe that RTD is getting set to resume service in the next 30 minutes through there. They had suspended service just due to concerns about the smoke and visibility and health issues. So that is what we know. So that is, whenever we go through one of these, we always go through a sort of what is our immediate issues around safety, and then what is our intermediate or longer term plan. So as we have been dealing with the cleanup and the closure and rerouting all of this traffic this afternoon, we have been marshaling all of the people, equipment, and material that we'll need in order to make the permanent repairs to the highway. So in this stretch of highway, we have, it's basically just the road base and then about 14 inches of asphalt that is on top of that road base. And so, we know we're going to need about 100 tons of asphalt. That asphalt is ready to go. We've got the rotomiller in place. We've got the crews in place, and it'll be a mix of our folks and Kramer, I believe, is the contractor who has been very responsive this afternoon in terms of getting out there. And so with the fire, mostly in the northbound area, that's why we're also going to keep those northbound lanes closed a little bit longer, because that's where we know we need to have the maximum amount of repair. We may need to close that third lane southbound to deal with some of these repairs. But basically, in terms of a prognosis, we are hoping that by the AM rush tomorrow morning, that we have all 5 lanes in both directions open for traffic. So this is going to be a pretty snarled PM commute, but we are cautiously optimistic that by tomorrow morning, all drivers will be able to travel on all lanes of traffic, but we will continue to update folks as we go through the evening. So I am going to... Right, so detour routes are posted online. We are asking people to avoid this area. Even if we get a couple of lanes open here for the PM commute, it is going to be just obviously a lot of visual distractions, a lot of backups, a lot of rubbernecking. So even if we get a couple of lanes open here in the next few minutes, we're going to ask that people avoid this area if possible. The usual alternatives come to mind: Quebec, Colorado, northbound, southbound. Parker Road obviously is an option. 470, we have worked with E470 for them to waive tolls. So if anybody wants to get on E470, as of now, you are not going to pay a toll. They've worked with us. Now, CDOT will have to come back and reimburse E470 for those tolls, but just in the public interest, we felt that that would be the right thing to do. We reached out to them earlier, and they have been waiving tolls since about 1 p.m. And we'll figure out what that costs and how that gets paid. But if people want to use E470, that is an option. And then obviously this is a main north-south thoroughfare, but even east-west there are going to be impacts. So Hamden, Bellevue, Arapahoe. This is just an area that if you don't need to be in this area, don't be in this area. But we also know that there are a lot of people who work in the tech center, who work in Denver, that are trying to get down to Castle Rock. And so we're just going to ask for your patience as we try to deal with this extraordinary situation. So I'm going to stop there and see if there are any questions, and I'm going to have Amy help me police that.
What lanes do you hope to have open by the evening commute? I know it's hard to say for sure, but what sounds like northbound would still likely be closed, but potentially in southbound?
So again, I know for a fact that I'm going to have 4 and 5 southbound open, hopefully in the next 30 minutes. We may get the third lane open as well. It just depends on how much of the highway they need for the investigation.
The CDOT briefing. I'm listening to the CDOT briefing, so.
We can hear you.
Yes, thank you. So lanes 3, 4.
There you have it. We've been listening to Shailen Bhatt with the Colorado Department of Transportation. And Karen, I think a shred of good news. We found out that in that area where we had that horrific tanker accident just before noon today, at least 2, if not 3 of the southbound lanes there near Orchard,
right,
Arapahoe, and Bellevue should be open in about the next half hour. We do know Shailen was saying that northbound where the accident happened, where the tanker was burning, there is some structural damage to the roadway, and all the lanes northbound will be closed at least through the evening rush hour. Some more good news, hoping when they throw in 100 tons of asphalt that he was talking about, that by the morning rush hour, all lanes in both directions should be back open. For now, you found out you had to drive in through this. You live on the south end. Just a mess trying to get around.
Yeah, you just got to take your time, be patient, make sure that you plan an alternate route. And everyone in that area, you know the back roads, take them, but know that it's going to take a long time. He did just say C470 is not going to charge anyone tolls tonight, so if you can get off and use that alternate route, do that as well. Coming up tonight on CBS 4 News at 5 and 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about the stories that matter to you involving this tanker fire. Today we're going to have those alternate routes for you, talk about traffic and which lanes have opened and have not. We're also going to look at the safety concerns that they've been talking about a little bit, trying to make sure that they contain all of that with that foam and that sand that they're ditching out there as well. Also, we're going to update the driver's condition for you and what this means for repair and construction, which is going to be major after they clear all this out and see what they've got ahead of them.
Some more good news. We just found out that light rail in the area is back open. And one thing that they have been doing, while they had to have it closed to check for safety problems and structural issues, they were busing people around that shutdown. Once again, light rail in the tech center, clean and green, and that's going to be certainly a way that a lot of people are going to try and get around this.
Right, and on our Facebook page, CBS Denver Facebook page right now, go to it. You can continue to listen to the questions that are involving CDOT right now as they continue to update you, and stay with us on CBSDenver.com for the very latest information. And of course, we'll have crews all over the place for you live at 5 and 6. We'll see you then.